Let me be real with you. This team is not for everyone, and that's exactly how it should be. If you don't come from care, if activity feels like pressure, if teamwork drains you, if communication feels like a chore, if honesty with yourself and others makes you uncomfortable, you will not enjoy this environment. But if these five values matter to you, if you want leadership, community structure, and a proven system, you might be exactly the type of agent who thrives here. So let us know if this team aligns with you. This is going to be one of the most honest videos I've ever put out because the truth is, not every agent is a good fit for the Vargas team. And honestly, that's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. Our entire culture is built on a value framework of what we call catch care, activity, teamwork, communication, and honesty. If these values don't speak to you, you'll feel some tension here. If they do speak to you, you'll grow faster than anywhere else. Today, I'm going to break down exactly who should not join the team and who absolutely thrives in this type of culture. Let's get it. We start with the first and most important value, care. See, our team generally cares about clients, communication, doing the right things, about follow through, about reputation, about the experience we deliver. One of the biggest things that I've learned is if you always come from care, always come from contribution, think in any situation, how can I help this other person? Whether it's another agent, whether it's a client, whether it's a lending partner, a title partner, a home inspector, anyone in the community, if I'm always thinking about how can I come from care and contribution, that is one of the key values for us. Agents who struggle here are the ones that cut corners, don't care about the service, don't care about communication, don't care about people. If you don't come from care, this culture will make you feel uncomfortable. Trust me, I've seen it firsthand. It doesn't work well. The next group that struggles, agents who don't want activity. That's our second letter in our value, activity. Activity is the engine of real estate. It's conversations, it's follow up, it's outreach, it's showings, it's prospecting, it's nurturing your pipeline. If you don't have the mindset and understand that our job focuses on our one thing, and that's really building and strengthening relationships, then you're not going to be a good cultural fit. If you don't understand that the byproduct of having a great relationship, strengthening it, and building more is the byproduct is going to be lead generation, you're not going to be a good fit for our team. We are not trying to sell people anything. We're trying to build a relationship. And in that process, we want to help them with their real estate goals. So without activity, there's no momentum. Without momentum, there's no confidence. Without confidence, there's no business. If you want big results without consistent activity, you're not going to thrive here. So the next value that may be or may not be a good fit for you is teamwork. This team is built on teamwork. Every person has a role into the main goal, right? Whether it's operations, whether it's a mentor, whether it's a lead agent, whether it's a listing coordinator, whatever it is, everyone's role is important. We collaborate, we share, we communicate, we jump into the group chats, we use Slack, we help each other through different types of situations, we help each other out through showings, we help each other throughout most of the deals, right? We're always promoting and praising each other. If you want to operate entirely alone, you don't like groups, you don't like collaboration, you don't like that team structure, this is not a fit for you. One of the things that we strive and we love is having growth minded individuals. So, whether this person now is in one role, it's about what is the next step for them, right? We don't like complacency, we like the growth mindset. So, the next value that either aligns or doesn't align is communication. This one's a big one for me. Communication is the glue that keeps our team aligned. There's so many different parts of a real estate team, a real estate transaction, that everyone needs to be on the same page, right? So we communicate in chats, either Slack, in meetings, in different trainings, during deals. It is better to over communicate and feel that you may be bothering someone on our team than to not communicate at all. We have had deals go bad because of a bad communicating agent. We have had clients unhappy because of a bad communicating agent. Now, we're not saying that we need to be in communication 24/7. We also value time blocking. We also value having a balance, right? You should have time for yourself, for your family, for your business. But agents who disappear, shut down, avoid talking, never ask questions, they never really want to go the extra mile to communicate with clients or with the team, they struggle here. Communication isn't optional in this culture, it's a core value. Sometimes it aligns with you, sometimes it doesn't. But overall, in the big scheme of things, you cannot grow your best version of yourself and the team's best version without great communication. So the last part of our value, H, honesty. Agents who avoid honesty. That is a big concern. And I'll tell you why. The honesty, when you're looking at it, and let's talk about what is specifically, it's being honest about your numbers, about your habits, about your gaps, being honest about your activity, your strengths, things you need to work on. If you are not honest to yourself, you're not going to be honest to other team agents. You're not going to be honest to other clients. So what we're looking for is in that honesty is we're here to help. It's okay to be vulnerable. No one's perfect. I'm not perfect. We're always being, if we're honest with ourselves, we know what we need to do to prescribe to ourselves or others in our team to prescribe to us what we need to do to get to that next level. So being honest with yourself is the first thing you need to do to be able to grow to the next level and be the best version of yourself. And here's one of the greatest things. Honesty is not criticism, it's clarity. You can't grow if you can't be honest with yourself. So our team creates a safe place for honest conversations and for clarity. But if you resist that, if you always feel like you have to prove something, you always feel like you have to say something that's not true and not be as honest, you're hurting yourself, you're hurting the team, and you're not a good fit for our team culture. So now that we've covered who does not align with the team, let's talk about the agents who absolutely win and thrive, and they're so excited every day to be a part of this culture. Our agents aren't perfect, like I mentioned earlier, but they live by our values. Care, always coming from contribution. They care deeply about people, service, communication, and growth. Activity. They always show up. They always will do activity when they need to. They realize that our business is based on activity, right? They take action, they do the work. They have that mindset of the mindset of activity and then understanding that the skills and the results will come. Teamwork. They don't isolate themselves. They collaborate. They support the group. They love that we will grow bigger than one person. They love to understand that everyone has a role into the main goal, right? So teamwork, that is one of the biggest things that I think is a challenge. A lot of agents want their success to be bigger than the team. But if agents that thrive in our environment understand that a rising tide raises all ships. Communication. It's better to over communicate. They're responsive agents. The agents are responsive, they're opening, they're engaging, and they're proactive. They understand that everyone needs to understand what's happening in a transaction, what's happening in different steps. So they value the importance of over communicating and honesty. They're willing to be to themselves, real to the team in a very professional manner, even when it's very uncomfortable, right? Accountability is not something that's great at times and it hurts to hear the truth. Trust me, I know, but it's very rewarding when you have clarity, when you can focus on what's the one thing I really need to be thinking about, what I need to be doing. So, if this feels like you or someone you want to become as an agent, you're going to thrive in this environment. So I want to be clear. This is not a judgment, it's an alignment. This isn't about labeling agents. This isn't about an ego thing. This isn't about superiority. It's about alignment. Teams only work when the people inside them align with the values and the culture. If you don't fit this value of this culture, that's totally fine. That's okay. I would suggest to find what is your value and your culture as you start to grow. You're always going to be able to grow faster to a higher point when you surround yourself with like-minded people that align with your value, align with your culture. One agent cannot do everything as opposed to multiple people in a team setting that grows to the highest level. So, our values of care, activity, teamwork, communication, and honesty. If these values excite you, this is where you want to be at. So, if this video hit you, if you're tired of doing this alone, if you want systems, community, leadership, relationships, and a culture that actually helps you grow, don't wait. Book a call. I'm going to put my link here in the description. I review every application personally. Let's just sit down and chat. Let's see if this aligns with you and aligns with our team. If this message resonated, that's your sign. I'll chat with you later. Let's get it.